have to go far with it either. You really don't have to look far. Like I don't know if there might have been people that are watching that haven't been a part of when we did deep dives into J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance's background, or the political theorists that he reads, etc. His favorite political theorist is Moldbug, if you've ever heard the name, Curtis Yarvin, who's a neo-fascist, far-right, anti-liberal person who writes political theory about how to overthrow the democratic system, overturn Enlightenment values, get rid of the wokeness ideology from the institutions, and establish a dictatorship, a CEO monarch. That's the kind of thing that J.D. Vance reads. These are the kind of people that are being propped up into political positions of massive authority, and have a chance of getting serious political power. Retards like Hasan don't know what the fuck that means. People like this, who sit inside all day and study and watch, who do political content. They do political content all day, every single day, watching the news, reading articles, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, doesn't understand how serious of a situation it is to have people like that running for office, running for the presidency, the highest office. He doesn't know what that means for immigrants. He doesn't know what that means for Gaza. He doesn't know what that means for any of the people that he spends his time virtue signaling to pretend that he's an ally to. He doesn't know the seriousness of the situation, so much so that like he's gonna spend his time whining and chastising. The only option of keeping these people out. Aiko, thank you for the resub. Thank you. The only option of keeping these people out, he's gonna spend his time whining and complaining like a fucking baby. He's going to throw tantrums about how the Democratic opposition is just simply not good enough. Simply not good enough to keep out the neo-fascist white supremacists from office. Pathetic. He spends all day watching the news, reacting to campaign rallies, reading articles, talking to his audience about how he's a political authority, that people need to listen to him. And then he tells them, if you don't want to vote, that's completely valid. I understand if your feelings are hurt and that convinces you to not vote. I completely understand. Yeah, Kamala Harris is terrible and she's the genocide candidate. What the fuck are you talking about? It pisses me off. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because it's the easiest thing to explain. It's the bare minimum for understanding politics. The bare minimum. Anyone can understand this. It's the bare minimum. If you want to be involved in creating a better future for people, the bare minimum. The first thing that you should do is this. It's so fucking stupid. What? It really feels so silly to say. Also, as someone with a very long leftist background, I've been around the far left in Portland for a very, very long time. As someone who like very much understands this environment of the far left, and as even as a Marxist myself, it seems very silly to say, and there would be a lot of lefties that would like knee-jerk this or whatever. If you claim to be an anti-fascist and you won't vote to keep a fascist out of office, you are not an anti-fascist. You are a LARPer, a role player, and no one should take you seriously. You are addicted to Twitter. You are addicted to virtue signaling and getting social capital for things that you do not deserve to get social capital for. All these people that you say that you are in support of and that you care about, you do not. You only care about it insofar as that you can get something out of it and that people can think that you are virtuous and a good person. You are a pathetic, stupid person. No one should take you seriously. That's it. Period. The bare minimum and first thing, the easiest thing that you could do as someone who's an anti-fascist is voting for the party that's going to keep out the fascist. The first and easiest thing to do. It's so fucking simple. It's so easy to understand if you're not so obsessed with the way that you look, with the way that people think about you, whether or not people consider you to be a virtuous person, whether or not you're getting likes and retweets on Twitter. It's so fucking stupid, and I don't respect anyone who doesn't understand that. Especially if you call yourself a fucking revolutionary, a fucking, like, anti-fascist. Fuck you. No, you're not.
You know, we knew.
These are children obsessed with tantrum politics.
Who he is and what he was about in 16 and in 20. But there's also something else that has happened recently that we really have to prioritize in our mind about the danger we're looking at. Last month, the United States Supreme Court basically just told the former president, who has been convicted of fraud, that going forward, he will be